Hey guys, Brady here, and I just saw Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising. So basically, this movie is pretty much the same premise as the first movie, except instead of a frat house, it's a sorority. Um, and Chloe Grace Moretz is trying to what's it called make up her own sorority and call it Cabinu, and because the sorority that she's in the beginning of the movie, which is the sorority that Selena Gomez's character ran. She's only in that one scene in the movie. Um, she they said that sororities aren't allowed to party, only frats are, and so Chloe Grace Moretz is like, that's bullshit. We should make our own sorority, so she makes her own sorority. Anyway, so they make it their own sorority, and it's, what do you know? It's like right next door to where Seth Rogen and his wife and kid live. And so it's basically a rehash of the first movie, except with far less jokes that were funny. Um, the opening scene is kind of like the first movie, but the only difference is uh, that the opening scene to this movie isn't fucking hilarious like the first movie it was. The opening scene is Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen having sex, and Rose Byrne just pukes all over the side of Seth Rogen's face. It's like, God, they got us again with the vomit jokes. When is Hollywood gonna get it through their head that it's not funny? It's not. Stop trying to shove it down our throats. It's disgusting. Um, yeah. So yeah, he has like all over his eye, then on his beard, and it was everywhere. Um, and so they try to have some conflict when we are introduced to Zac Efron again. He's like, "Oh, well, you guys gave me like a criminal record." I was like, "Wait, didn't you weren't you guys all happy together at the end of the movie? Like, what happened when you guys were standing outside of Abercrombie and Fitch, shirts off, and just saying, 'Hey, welcome to Abercrombie and Fitch'? Did you just like throw it out the window, and now you're saying, 'Oh, you guys fucked'?" Zac Efron's like, "Oh, you fucked me over." Like, it made to me, it kind of made no sense. Um, but yeah, uh, so yeah, this movie is basically girl power. There, which is not a bad thing. I don't want to come off as sexist or anything, but the Chloe Grace Moretz is like, "Oh, we're sisters. We need to like make we need to have a sorority, and we need to party." It's bullshit that the frats get to do it, but we need to do it. We have to do it. And plus, they buy, like I said, that house right next to the uh right next to Seth Rogen, and they first of all, they don't really have any money. Zac Efron helps them out and is like, "Hey, I'll help you guys out. This used to be my house. I'll help you guys like fix everything up. I'll help you with the parties. I'll help you with everything." And so he helps them with like the first party, and then they turn against him the next day, and now Zac Efron's working with Seth Rogen and his family to try and shut down the sorority. By pretty much their idea is that they can't raise money, so their idea is to call up three houses that they believe are selling weed, and then they get the cops to take the criminals out and get the weed. And am I spoiling shit? Whatever. They so yeah, and so now their house is basically the only place that can sell weed, and yeah, and they try Seth Rogen tries sabotaging the party. Zac Efron tries to take the weed, and there's actually this really epic stunt that Chloe Grace Moretz did. I was actually really impressed that she did it. She uses a flagpole as, like one of those sticks you use when you jump over those like very high bars. She uses that and jumps over like a truck. It's like, oh, that's a pretty cool stunt. Um, and also, uh, what's his name? Is his name like Greg? No, Dave Franco. What was his name? Dave Franco. I forgot his name in the movie. his character is gay, and he's getting married to this one guy named Derek or something, or Darren. I don't know. I forgot the name. And Zac Efron's his best man. Seth Rogen actually gets kicked out of the house because he's like, Dave Franco was like, I want this to be a house for just me and my fiance, shit like that. And so yeah, he was forced to live with the Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne. Anyway, that's enough of the plot analysis. Probably spoiled a lot. I'm sorry, but this movie was funny. There were a few really funny parts, but they were just so far and few between. It's like the first Neighbors had me in stitches. This movie had one really funny joke, and it's like in the middle of the movie. I'm not gonna spoil it. It's hilarious. I think that was probably the best part of the movie. That one joke was just so funny. Like I lost it. But other than that, there were jokes, but they weren't like as fucking hilarious like that one joke was. Anyway, so I give Neighbors 2 3 out of 5 stars.